So I'm happy to introduce Erkki Raulo, Head of Services for Doctoral Education at the University of Helsinki. He's going to introduce and make accessible doctoral studies in Finland through the lens of the University of Helsinki. Welcome, Erkki.
So, okay, good morning or good afternoon or whatever we have. It's a pleasure, and I would first like to thank Christabel for inviting me here, and I'm going to give a very brief introduction to the doctoral training at the University of Helsinki. So please feel free to set your questions in the chat panel as Christabel just instructed. First, before I start with presenting some of our doctoral programs, I will maybe touch on a little bit about the doctoral training philosophy or the degree structure that we have in Helsinki. We have designed the doctoral, the PhD degree in a way that it sort of supports the career planning of the PhD student. First of all, we have a thesis project which constitutes like a large part of the thesis of the work. It's typically we expect or we hope that the degree can be completed in 4 years' time, and most of the time is of course devoted to research work in the research groups, and this is the main part of the PhD. In addition, there are some studies that need to be taken, courses or else or otherwise these acquired skills divided in two parts, like scientific content studies and then key competencies for working life, such as management and organization, teaching, communication, business and innovation skills. All this is intended to form an entity that is supports the career planning of the doctoral graduate. Currently, we have 4 doctorals hosting altogether 33 doctoral programs, which are listed here. We have doctoral school in environmental, food, biological sciences, doctoral school in health sciences, and doctoral school humanities and social sciences, and one in natural sciences as well. So I'm going to give a few examples of our doctoral programs in different disciplines. But before I do that, let me first say that, as you can see from looking at these, the names of the doctoral programs and the doctoral schools here, that not all our doctoral programs are discipline specific. So many of them are thematic, and they are actually very interdisciplinary and aim to connect knowledge from many different fields. Here are some examples. We have doctoral program in computer science that's operating in our natural sciences campus, and here are some key figures about it. They work on where this is quite self-evident. They bioinformatics, algorithms, machine learning, artificial intelligence, that kind of work, and they are very much connected to industry as well. We have doctoral program in atmospheric sciences. This is a very interdisciplinary program connecting mental particle or atmospheric sciences and that kind of things, like all kinds of technologies, and they are working in very close collaboration with our meteorological institute, and it's also very international. Doctoral program biology and biotechnology is operating mostly on our biosciences campus, and this is more what we call applied biotechnology, so microbiology, bacteria, and that kind of use of those in industry and also in environmental work. And recently, of course, this program has been very, very important in terms of fighting the COVID crisis. We also have a program, a doctoral program in interdisciplinary environmental sciences. They have a very nice and very, very interdisciplinary focus on finding solutions for sustainable development and fighting environmental change, and also social sciences is involved in this kind of discussions. So it's a very interdisciplinary, ranging from biology to social sciences, and this is a very, very interesting program indeed. Then going into more like health sciences, life sciences area, we have doctoral program in brain and mind, which is also a multidisciplinary or neuroscience program, more like an integrative science, integrative life sciences. So connecting medicine, biosciences, psychology, cognitive sciences, humanities, all kinds of natural sciences. So neuroscience is, of course, as such, very interdisciplinary, and this is reflected in the program as well. And then, of course, we have the doctoral program in biomedicine. This is more like a classical biomedicine or medical biotechnology, biosciences program. It's a very international program, and working on recently more and more into translational research assets, where they are working in a very close collaboration with hospitals, and they, for example, do cancer research and that kind of things in a very close proximity with the patients. Okay, and then coming back to the to our campus on humanities and social sciences, we have a doctoral program in social sciences, which is one of our largest programs, and this is very very famous for the collaboration with the Center of Social Data Science and also the Helsinki Institute for Humanities and Social Sciences that are involved in the program. Then, as an example of yet another quite interdisciplinary program, we have recently modified doctoral program called Cognition, Learning, Instruction and Communication. This is run by our faculty of behavioral sciences. So, and this has very, very tight connection teaching science and educational sciences, focusing on learning, cognitive sciences, psychology, logopedics, and phonetics, and that kind of things. So if anyone is interested in applying to one of our doctoral programs, the application outline is presented here. Before applying, you have to have a supervisor selected and agreed with, and it's important to take care of those supervision arrangements beforehand. And then after submitting the application, and of course the applicant should check that all these eligibility things are in order, mainly the master's degree or equivalent, or if in your own country a bachelor's degree is sufficient for joining a PhD program, then that should be as well. But the language requirements for overseas applicants will require the academic level in English proficiency. And then the applications are then evaluated by the doctoral programs and the decisions made by the faculty. Here's a little bit more about the eligibility. So a master's degree or a comparable foreign degree, typically a degree that qualifies for doctoral studies in the home country is okay. And as for language requirements, if you're not fluent, or if you don't have Finnish or Swedish as a school language, then English is required at the academic level. So that means quite high TOEFL and IELTS points here. General admission criteria focus on the quality, on the scientific quality of the research plan, on the supervision arrangements, study performance, and then that kind of things. Motivation, commitment, and aptitude for doctoral studies, as well as high quality supervision are important. I think that was what I was intending to say here. So I think I'll stop here. And if you're interested in more in Helsinki.fi is our university's website, and navigating through doctoral studies there. Thank you very much.
Many thanks, Erkki. Many thanks for your presentation, and many thanks to the University of Helsinki.